Well, speaking of kind of long-term projects, the board also approved a site plan for Crystal Plaza 1 and the ongoing redevelopment in that area. Give me a few details about this project in particular.
Well, this project was had a fairly extensive virtual planning process that preceded it, and it led to some changes in the project, and not just consensus, near unanimity in support of it. And so the project essentially takes a building that has that sort of 70s brutalism, frankly, in Crystal City, and replaces it with a new, much more energy efficient building, and provides resources also for transportation. There's a cut-through street that's part of our sector plan that's in this Crystal City, in this project. It's a significant additional number of residential units, and there's investments that come from it in affordable housing, both financial contribution and units. But this is helping to realize our plans. And importantly, I think perhaps the most important point, this is transit-oriented development, which is so critical. And I'm a little bit stealing your point from the board meeting, Katie, because 700 plus units, it's an increase in the number of students. But if we don't add supply and do it in a thoughtful way, then we're going to have sprawl way out, which is not good for our environment and is not healthy for any residents. Driving 50 minutes a day in traffic is not healthy for you. So I really think that this is a great next step and great project. But I know we had some good discussion. You may have other thoughts, Katie.
Yeah, I mean, that's exactly the point here, right? This is 758 new homes basically on top of a metro station, right? Just a few blocks from a new Virginia Railway Express station, or reconfigured Virginia Railway Express station, which as the Transforming Rail in Virginia and Long Bridge project continues, will soon be able to offer in the coming years bi-directional service. So you could imagine living at this Crystal Plaza site and being able to get out to a job in Fredericksburg, for example, as well as those jobs in the downtown core. Someday, maybe with Mark run-through service, even a job in Maryland without a car, as Matt said. So this is a huge environmental win. The project is LEED Gold. We had some great conversations with our Environment and Energy Conservation Advisory Commission on some of the areas they'd like to see them go even further. Had some really interesting discussions, for example, about how to pursue electric-based HVAC systems and water systems, which is an area I think we all have a lot to learn and try to get on the bleeding edge of as the market advances. But exactly as Matt said, again, in addition to the actual energy utilization and footprint of the building, the opportunity to get people in a transit-oriented way, living near job centers where they don't need a single occupancy vehicle to commute. That's a huge win for the environment, as well as for the folks who live there, and as well as the vibrancy and the shoppers for retailers in Crystal City, and employment base for our major Crystal City employers too.
Okay, well, and of course, this month also brought significant changes in the COVID vaccine rollout here in Arlington. We'll get an update on that when we come right back.